Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here, welcome to episode 133 of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Last time we failed a little bit with Blue Baby in greedier mode, but that's kind of to be expected with the character. Let's move on to Eve and see if we can have any better luck. I do enjoy playing as Eve, so hopefully luck is on my side today. 6C, 6E, D9, M6. Alright, what do we got to start us off today? We got the wooden spoon, it could be worse I guess. Speed is never a bad thing to have. I always sort of look down on just like raw speed upgrades just because I'm like, it just doesn't feel that powerful or potent, you know? But there is something to be said about their usefulness, especially when it comes to like dodging and stuff. Whether this proves to be a good idea or not is debatable. Using the razor blade right off the bat like that, I don't know. Clearly, it hasn't worked out so well so far, in that I have to go through the rest of these waves without getting hit at all. But I do have a lot of damage. 7.21 is not bad. But if I get in the wrong sort of situation here, I could end up just kicking the bucket immediately, which would be about par for the course in greedier mode anyway. But you know, I'd rather not if I could avoid it. But that is the advantage of Eve that you gotta take advantage of, is that she can be quite powerful right off the bat. She's sort of like similar to Judas in that she can be a glass cannon if you want her to be, or you can play it a little bit safer and just hope that your items sort of pull you through. But otherwise, she's gonna be fairly weak. It's a tough tightrope to walk a lot of the time. She does have the advantage of having Poor Babylon activate, oh god, at one full heart as opposed to half a heart, so that's always a nice little bonus. And it looks like we might actually make it through these waves without dying, which I was actually not really expecting, because normally the screen just gets swarmed by so many enemies in these first couple waves, but we managed to make it work out here. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this thing, and check out what we got for sale in here. We got Ludovico technique. I will give it a shot. I don't know how well it's going to work, but it's one of those items that I can never seem to pass up just because it's just so fun. It's just so unique, you know? Very, very transformative sort of item. Against certain enemies, it's not going to be that great, obviously. We're going to have to try and juggle a couple things at once here, especially if he goes for the brimstone laser. Okay, watch out for that. Okay, they're both dead. Or he's dead, I should say. Then I have to focus on them both. Both of them polycephali. Some polycephalopods. Oh my god, is that the pluralization of polycephalus? Polycephalopods? Can it be, please? So shall it be said, so shall it be done? Alright. And done it is. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see, is there anything interesting for sale here? I mean, the HP upgrade is kind of tempting just for potential more deal with the devil fodder. Hi, Menu. Oh, she's heard that I was recording and she had to get in on this scoop. What you doing there, girl? Aw, she's tired. Anyway, getting back to the matter at hand here. How do we want to handle this? I think I will take this for deal with the devil fodder especially. And we're going to go ahead and fight for our deal with the devil. This is a little rough going. It's going to be touch and go, especially because this is kind of where Ludovico technique struggles a lot of the time, is against enemies that like kind of have high mobility or that chase you. But we can make it work. I'm not going to worry about using the razor blade here, even though it would be a good damage bonus, and I said it kind of like Bill Cosby or something. Razor blade. Just because if I end up getting hit and then like getting knocked down in my Whore Babylon state, that should be enough damage anyway to sort of justify it here. And I'd like to have that little bit of extra insurance that I'm not gonna die in this fight. So let's hope we can make that happen. Post haste here. I'm not handling this the best way possible probably, but I think it's working out okay. The fact that Eve's tears like start out as red like this, I think it's a byproduct of the razor blade. But the fact that they start out as red always tricks me into thinking that I have more damage than I do. It's only like 2.6 damage, which is not that great, obviously. What do we got? We got Shade. I'm gonna pass on it, I think. It's just not good enough. Your best just wasn't quite good enough for me. Let's go ahead and move on down here. So we're doing better than we were as Blue Baby, I feel like, because we actually made it to the second floor on our very first run, no less. No Lester. Alright, we got Tears Up, as well as these Spirit Hearts, which is pretty nice. Puts me in a position where I may be able to use Razor Blade and feel somewhat okay about it, especially now. Anything that we're going to be interested in here? I mean, the D4 is always an interesting option, but I think we're going to stray away from it this time anyway. Let's try and make one of these happen. Okay. Not exactly what I wanted, but that's fine. Actually, can I make this happen? Ooh, if I play my cards just right here, I may be able to get a little bit of money out of this. I should have to leave the tier around there and... Oh, okay. On the next go around, I should be able to get them. Right about there, and... Oh, okay. That one... I mean, I got a nickel out of it already, so I can't complain. And then this guy might be able to... Okay, I missed him, but that's okay. It was worth a shot, and I wound up getting a free key out of it, basically. Which led to Halo of Flies, which is totally fine, honestly. Probably one of the best defensive items in the game, for my money. We'll talk about all the rest of this once we actually have enough money to warrant talking about it, I suppose. Let's go ahead and fight. See, this is where the problem of Ludovico technique is going to come into play here. One of a couple problems with Ludovico technique is that, like, if there's a lot of enemies on the screen, I can't really deal with them as quickly as I used to be able to. But I can sort of concentrate fire on a single enemy pretty effectively. So hopefully that'll help out here. Hopefully Dead Bird actually will help out a little bit too. The main bonus, I think, of Ludovico technique is being able to break line of sight, so against these bonies, I don't have to be, like, right up in their face in order to actually hit them. Which is obviously a huge bonus, because bonies are probably one of the most annoying enemies in the game to most people. Myself included. I'm not excluding myself from that. Oh, I'm too good to think that bonies are tough enemies. They just fire in a straight line. What could possibly be wrong with them? Just dodge, effectively. Sure, it's easy to say if you got 1.83 speed, but if you're rocking that Maggie starting speed, you know, dodging is a little bit more harrowing than you make it out to be sometimes. My tier feels so small for how much damage it's actually doing. I don't know, maybe it's a concentrated fire type effect. It's like the smaller it is, the less surface area its damage is going across, so the more concentrated the damage is. I know that's not actually how it works, and if I get like ridiculously high damage, it's going to be a ridiculously big tier, but I digress. Got a bunch of money now. Do I care about blue map? Not really, because I probably won't have bombs to access the secret rooms. Do I care about speedball? Probably, yeah, because shot speed's actually a pretty valuable stat when you have Ludovico technique. And the speed will put us up to the speed cap as well, so I don't mind that so much. Is this really just Envy as our boss? I mean, I'm fine with it. Don't get me wrong. I almost got hit by him, like, right there. But normally, it's Envy. I was thinking, like, maybe Envy plus Pin or something. That's why I couldn't see the other boss. And then we just have, like, a Gluttony and some Vis here. It's got some weak boss waves today, game. I don't know what's wrong with you. Need to take a break? Did you expend all your bullshittery on those Blue Baby runs and now you got nothing for Eve? You know, I'm fine to have a smooth sail into the finish line here, but you maybe want to throw me a little bit more of a... throw me for a bit of a loop. I mean, there's still plenty of time in this run, so don't count your chickens before they've hatched, obviously. I'm getting a little cocky. Punctuated by the fact that I just got trapped myself in the corner over there. Okay, these guys are actually a little bit of a problem. What do we got? We got hopefully some Spirit Hearts or something. No, just 2 Mega Troll Bombs because I was insulting the game, to be fair. So, you know, fair is fair, all is fair in love and war. Do I want to buy a key, or not a key, but a heart? I think I will. It'll allow me to get a Razor Blade bonus on the next floor. or just ensure more survivability if I choose to, depending on what items I can get early on the next floor here. Could be game changing, you never know. Could be, what do I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Death's Touch. It's HP. Okay, well, pretty similar, right? You know. You know. Oh, we got a key for sale. You shouldn't have. Now let's head over here. We got Rotten Baby, which is actually pretty good. And we got a golden chest up there that we can't access. Alright. Got some interesting stuff going for us here. We're going to go ahead and pick this up, I suppose. Puts us at a pretty lofty HP threshold. I could Razor Blade down a little bit more if I wanted to, but I think 4 damage or so would be good for right now. Although, admittedly, it is tempting to get closer to that Whore Babylon state. I'm going to do 1 more Razor Blade. It's up to 5 damage here. And then just try and dodge to the best of my ability. And if I end up getting hit and knocked down to 1 heart, you know, c'est la vie, get Whore Babylon active anyway. Things are getting a little hairy now that we're down in the, oh, I didn't mean to press that. I was, might come back to bite me. But maybe it was for the best too, because there are a lot of rather tanky enemies on the screen right now that I don't want to have to deal with for too much longer, so let's get rid of these nubs. This fucking Stony, the worst part about him is, like, honestly the noise he makes. He just comes up in my ear and goes, it's I can't even mimic the sound, it's so annoying. Just like a grinding stone, man. At any rate, at least he's not super annoying in the fact that he like won't block my he won't block my tears because it's Ludovico technique and all that. Okay, get away from these guys. I'm not sure. I think I got saved by Halo of Flies a little bit there because I saw a shot like go clean towards me, and then I didn't see what it hit. I thought it would hit me, but apparently not. All right, so this is the last wave actually. So let's just deal with this asshole. Oh man, actually a little bit close on that last skull there. I'm going to go ahead and keep going because I do still have the Razor Blade bonus here. I don't even remember what's for sale in the shop that I would want. There's like pay to play in there, which is maybe interesting, but I think it's probably better at this point in the game to save my money for something a little more grandiose. Got that angel statue, okay. Not a good time for me. Just focus on those dodges. Try and get those hits in when you can. The angel's a little tankier than most enemies. But I have 8 damage now, 8.3 damage. Okay. Just need to finish you off. Okay, that was close. There we go, okay. We're good, we're good. A little bit nail biting for a moment there, a little bit touch and go, but we made it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a heart. I don't really think that that blood clot is going to be too valuable for us with Ludovico technique. And go ahead and buy 1 more heart, actually. And then we'll go ahead and fight for our deal with the devil, I guess. Okay, it's big horn and some bonies. Could be worse. Let's deal with those guys just so they're out of the way. And big horn shouldn't be that bad, honestly. Hopefully we'll just be able to... Okay. Use Ludovico technique to deal with him, and then, you know, take care of the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves, kind of thing. Or is it the other way around? I'm just hoping that the attack flies from Rotten Baby can deal with the, plus Dead Bird can deal with the riffraff here, like the extra smoke balls and whatnot. Where's he gonna appear? He's down here somewhere. Okay, we're good, we're good. We're solid. Don't worry about me in the slightest. I don't know what that ball is doing. It's just bouncing back and forth across the goddamn screen. It's getting a little hectic. Oh, dear. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Just kill him. He's gone. He's gone. We got an angel room, which is not really what I wanted, but suits me just fine, I guess. Circle of protection can save my ass, potentially. We'll see how that comes to play out. Unfortunately, I gotta buy more HP here if I want to have a good chance at survival. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. We are progressing at a rate a bit slower than I would hope in order to be ready for the Ultra Greed fight coming up. So I think I am going to have to hedge my bets on experimental treatment here and just hope for the best. Come on. Okay, we got a damage downgrade, a small tiers upgrade, speed downgrade, shot speed up, range up, and luck up, I think. Our HP did not change. Pretty bad, honestly. Like, the range stat is worthless, the speed stat went down, even though it's still pretty good, so that's not that big of a deal. Shot speed up is like probably the best thing we got out of that, which is saying something. Do you buy Latchkey? You might buy Latchkey, honestly. The luck upgrade, the spirit heart. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll give it a whirl. It'll give us enough keys for the rest of the game here. I overpaid for them, I know, but E. coli is what it is. Anything else I really care about in here? I mean, I don't have any money, so it's all theoretical for the time being. Let's go ahead and do that, and then, yeah, now we're basically like, I think we got like basically a 1 damage downgrade off of that experimental treatment, so we're sort of 1 razor blade play offset from where we normally would be. I don't know why I played the razor blade there. Where's my tier even? It's so small that it just... Okay. I honestly don't know what hit me. It was apparently one of those guys. I just got totally mind flooded in there. Experimental treatment threw me way off, apparently. We'll go for another run here. All's fair in love and greed. 8PGK, 1T1KS. Ticks. Don't know if I like the sound of that. Ticks are fucking scary, dude. We got super bandage. I've never had a tick, nor have I ever really seen one in real life, but the pictures you see on the internet, man. Oh, the pictures. Alright. Oh, I gotta get used to this again. I gotta reacclimate myself, because I was getting ready to play like that we had Ludovico technique again, but I'm actually firing tears out of my face. I think it'd be a more comfortable feeling, but after playing with Ludovico technique for the better part of the past 15 minutes or so, it's a little bit off-putting. It's okay, though. We will manage. Honestly, we're probably in a bit of a better spot right now than we were towards the end of that run. Clearly, because we died on it, so I don't think that's even a controversial opinion, really. Honestly, though, Dead Bird has kind of been pulling its weight lately. I've been noticing it a little more than I normally do, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign. I don't think they buffed Dead Bird at any point in the recent history. I'm pretty sure it's been the same old item for like 80,000 years. But maybe it's just that my damage has been low enough, or your damage is low enough at the start of an Eve run, that Dead Bird can make some appreciable difference against these weaker enemies. At least helps to keep the screen a little bit clearer than it otherwise would be. So I'm noticing that, because whereas with Blue Baby, the screen was getting flooded with enemies left, right, and center, Dead Bird is sort of focusing on enemies, like, away from me that I can't focus on at the time, because I'm dealing with other enemies like this guy. I don't know, it's nice to have a friend, is I guess what I'm saying. Nice to have a little Dead Bird friend. There we go, got that taken care of. Let's go and check out the shop. Grab this key. And check out our item room. Like clockwork, man. It's Bob's brain, huh? It's Bob's brain. We'll give it a whirl. Low DPS runs can stand to benefit from Bob's brain. I don't know if Eve classifies as a low DPS character right off the bat, especially when she has Razor Blade, but I think if I play smart enough here, I don't have to worry too much about the Bob's brain. Try and get it in there. Okay, this guy's gonna charge, what, like 4 times or something? Yeah, he charged like 4 times. I always get tripped up by the red one. I get the red dingle and black dingle confused a lot of the time. The black dingle is the one that charges once really fast, and then this guy charges 4 times in a row, but not too fast, so that's good at least. Do we care about either of these? Not really, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fight for my deal with the devil here. Nice shot with Bob's brain there, actually. That was, man, that go a lot faster than I would have expected. That's the thing about Bob's Brain, is that you underestimate how potent it actually can be, especially early in the game like this, just because it has such a bad reputation for destroying lives. And that may come into play in the future, we'll see. I'm going to give both of these a whirl, actually. Get me down to that permanent Whore Babylon state for the time being. And then, just hope that that is a worthwhile exchange. Demon Baby is obviously not the best familiar in the world, but it's far from the worst either. Every extra source of damage counts, especially when those sources of damage can focus on enemies other than the one that I'm currently focusing on. Sort of spread the damage out, you know? Little Steven, welcome to the fucking party. Hell yeah. We're building an army, folks. It started with Dead Bird, but it won't stop there. Let's buy this key. Thunder Thighs does not really interest me at all. Neither does whatever the other one that was there. It's fucking Robo Baby 2.0. All the familiars. How many do we have between like all this? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 if you count Dead Bird, which I do. The battery does not come into play with Razor Blade, but we might want to buy it if we find a better spacebar item. This fly here, I think, is like what? I can't remember what he is. Lost Fly? I mean, he's a familiar, so I'm probably going to end up taking him just because it's turning into one of those kinds of runs. One of those runs where I wish I was Lilith, but I'm not. We'll see, though. Who knows, maybe a rogue box of friends will appear and we can just transform this into a Lilith run where I can actually shoot tears, which, you know, is a pretty potent Lilith run. And just give me an Incubus on the deal with the devil, and call me a Lilith cosplayer. How much Binding of Isaac cosplay do you think is actually out there? I'm sure a quick Google search can answer that question. I imagine it's a fairly popular game, so there's probably a decent amount, but how do you cosplay some of these characters? It's a little... like, they're all naked, for one thing, so a true cosplay gotta show off that full frontal nudity, even though they are small children. They're all Isaac. You know, this is going to a weird place. Granted, it probably started off that way when I brought up the topic of cosplaying Isaac characters to begin with. Or some people would just consider the topic of cosplay in itself to be weird. Although I do not personally. I think it's pretty cool. A lot of the things that people can come up with, how creative cosplayers can be. I wouldn't mind doing it myself at some point. I don't know what I would cosplay as, but I don't know, maybe I could cosplay as Ronald Weasley. I could probably pull that one off. Let's go ahead and pick up Lost Fly. Not the best fly in the world, but he's come in handy. He actually does like a lot of damage if he hits, so that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is that he will hit at some point. I don't know if he does enough damage to justify how infrequently he tends to hit, but against certain enemies, he's actually very potent. Like against those spiders that crawl along the wall, and mostly only them, because they're the only enemies that stay that close to the wall for an extended period of time. Regardless, we can try and lure some enemies into Lost Fly if we're given the opportunity. Like Gertie Jr. here. Gonna bounce back and forth between these walls and hopefully encounter a Lost Fly at some point in his life. Although probably not. Oh, we got him! We got him! I think Lost Fly got the kill there. That was actually pretty sweet. I got a little more excited about that than I probably had any right to, but you know, let me have my moment. Oh, we do have a pin here. That sneaky pin, man. He always gets the one like shot off on you if you're not expecting him. If it's like something else and pinned, you're never gonna realize that pin's there for the first couple seconds. Alright, what do we got to deal with here? If we take any of these, we'll be in a pretty dire circumstance. Unless we take like Guppy's Paw and then we bring it with us and get some HP upgrade, then we could be sitting pretty. Do I chance that? HP upgrades are pretty common in greed mode. Or you could take Gimpy and hope for the best, but then you can't take any damage, so Gimpy is a little bit moot for the foreseeable future. Leech isn't even really in the conversation here. I'm gonna make a bit of a risk and try Guppy's Paw out. Was there an HP upgrade for sale up here? I don't remember. Thunder Thighs is an HP upgrade. I think we gotta go for it, honestly. Let's do it. Slows me down pretty significantly, but I'm still above, like, average speed, which average speed is, I would say, like, 1. And now we can actually break, like, these rocks and stuff open, so I think that kind of works out, honestly. Thunder Thighs does have its values beyond being HP, but speaking of that, we probably will... I don't know, I guess I don't really need to worry about using Guppy's Paw just yet. If I get down to, like, just, like, a single heart, then I might end up using Guppy's Paw. In fact, I probably will. But for now, it probably benefits me more... Ooh, that's nice. Benefits me more to keep that red heart around for deal with the devil fodder. Makes it a little bit easier to pay for them. What do we got there? We got store key. All stores are open. Well, isn't that just hunky-dory? It's a trinket that you think, just by the name, might be good in greed mode, because the stores are such a central part to the gameplay experience, but realistically not so much. I'm not really interested in technology today. Just doesn't feel like a technology kind of day, you know? Some runs feel technology worthy, others you just gotta say no thank you. You can grab that. I'll go ahead and check this out, because I can. Okay, actually benefited from that pretty reasonably. Now, I'll probably want to end up taking Squeezy here. Mystery Gift would actually be pretty good too, and I might be able to get enough money to afford both. So we'll see. For now, let's just go ahead and first get rid of these skulls, just in case there's something good in one of them, and then we'll fight. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to the speed differential that comes with Thunder Thighs here, but once I do, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it's going to be as bad for us as the HP situation and the actual ability to crush rocks is good for us. I feel like it's been like so long since I've even taken Thunder Thighs. I guess for some reason I just internalized that it's like not a good item or something, even though it can be quite good in the right circumstance. It's like even if I had like a full 2 speed or something, I would just be like, "Ooh, Thunder Thighs, I don't want that. I don't want to compromise my speed." Gross. Where in reality, it's actually a pretty good benefit, pretty good bang for your buck. At a certain point in the game, obviously, like if you're playing in like hard mode and you get out of the chest and one of your items is Thunder Thighs, that's not so great because there's no rocks that you can even break unless you end up going down to the void. But never bank on going down to the void, man. Happens so rarely. All right, I need to focus a little bit more on my dodges here and less on this commentary. Because I didn't want to have to use Guppy's Paw at all here, and now not only have I used it now, but I've already lost one of the spirit hearts that it gave me, so let's just go ahead and bank all this. I will go ahead and head in here and pick up Squeezy, which is going to be pretty good for me. And then, are we going to want the HP upgrade, or are we going to want Mystery Gift? I might actually go for the HP upgrade. Even though you can get some pretty solid stuff out of Mystery Gift, including Lump of Coal. How did we just lose, like, fucking a heart and a half in, like, an instant there? I was hoping my invincibility frames would last a little longer than that, but it's okay. We'll make do, I guess. Handle this guy really quick. Will I have enough money to buy the HP upgrade? It looks like I will. And then I can fight for my deal with the devil and hopefully get something good out of it. That's kind of why I want the HP upgrades, to be able to pay for a deal with the devil a little bit more comfortably, as opposed to only having these spirit hearts, and any deal with the devil is going to cost 3 spirit hearts, so obviously unless we get like an Abaddon situation or something, we'll be lamenting our HP on that one. This fucking Forsaken fight is lasting longer than I anticipated though. There we go. Alright, all dealt and done with. Done and dusted. Let's go ahead and grab this. It'll still keep us in our Whore Babylon state, so there's no worries there. And we can always turn it into spirit hearts if we need to as well, so don't sweat it too much. Yeah, honestly, like, Guppy's Paw it's a really good Eve item, honestly. Probably, like, I think the Razor Blade is probably still on average going to be better for you than Guppy's Paw would be, but Guppy's Paw does stand to be pretty valuable on an Eve run. Because like you can use it in the same sort of way as a razor blade to keep yourself at a single red heart, and then it also gives you the added benefit of spirit hearts, whereas razor blade gives you the extra damage. So I guess it's kind of a pick your poison is what I wanted to say there, but neither of them are poisons. They're more like ambrosia. Pick your ambrosia. Probably not a saying that's going to catch on anytime soon, but I tried. We got a lump of coal here, which is totally fine, because I would not have taken the head of Krampus at all. And then anything else worth discussing? Doesn't seem like it. Let's get a move on. Down to the womb. So we're making good progress on this one. Feel like it's been forever since I've been to the womb, both in real life and in the game. We got a magic mushroom here, which is totally fine by me. We also have, ooh, Infestation 2. 2, like, A-tier items. Back to back, man. Can't argue that. Alright, this is the floor where we make our stand, apparently. All these all-stat upgrades. We got Infestation 2. Had a lump of coal on the previous floor, but it was basically this floor, because it was, like, the last thing on the previous floor. We also have the virus there, which I probably am not going to end up taking, because it is a speed downgrade. But it's there if we want to consider it. So I'm going to go ahead and actually pop Guppy's Paw to put us in our Horror Babylon state. Then we will actually, before anything else, I'm going to buy this key because it's on sale. There's another key on sale. Not that I'm really going to need it probably, unless I come across like a golden chest or something. But that's cool. It's cool to have it around. Okay. Gotta watch out for Thunder Thighs. It's a blessing and a curse at times. And there's Bob's Brain. Speaking of blessings and curses. All these early game choices coming back to bite me in the ass now. Thunder Thighs and Bob's Brain. It's all going up in smoke, dude. Everything's coming up Millhouse for the game, not for me. Everything's coming up. I still have no idea about that expressions. Like there are some expressions in English that like don't make sense if you think about it, but like kind of make sense if you don't think about it. Everything's turning up Millhouse though. That's an illusion that you just like you don't get. That like if you it's not even like a proper English saying that anyone can get. It's like a reference to something, I think. I don't know what it's a reference to. When I hear Millhouse, the first thing I think of is The Simpsons, but I guess it could be a reference to that. I don't know how old that expression actually is, but I don't know, dude. It's gonna be something I have to look up in between videos now, because otherwise it's gonna drive me up the wall. Got the halo here, which is totally fine. Probably not going to be able to afford a skinny odd mushroom there. Not that I would even really necessarily want to. I actually don't have Horror Babylon for this fight because I used Guppy's Paw sort of inefficiently there. I used it on this room, so I didn't actually get the Horror Babylon to trigger. It's interesting. It's an interesting sort of synergistical quirk, I guess, in the system, that because I didn't take damage to get down to Horror Babylon state, it doesn't trigger, even though it should, because I'm at the right amount of HP. I don't know, that's weird. A little bit bizarre, but once I head into another room and back, it should pop off. Yeah, there we go. We got 10 damage now, which is a lot better. Grab all that, and then we'll go ahead and fight for a deal with the devil. Because why would we not? We got double Ultra Pride, except only like the Frankenstein parts of them. Shouldn't be too bad. Give me a left hand or something. Nope, not this time. We got Abaddon, so that's a thing. Opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Not really, but now we are at full spirit hearts, so I don't mind that so much. I'm going to kind of break the equilibrium there with this eternal heart, admittedly. But it's for the greater good. If we get a good deal with the devil on the next floor, we'll be happy we did that. Now, let's make magic happen on Sheol here. What do we got in our skulls? Nothing really worth talking about. We've got Polydactyly here. Could give me something, some nice card or pill or something. Speed down. Actually did not affect me at all, so I don't know what happened there. We got Polyphemus here. I don't have a great tier rate, so this might not be the best option for me. Especially because I already have 12 damage, but how can you turn down Polyphemus? Do I have the sack to do that? I'm going to fight this floor without it and just see how I feel. And then we'll go from there, I guess. I don't know, because Polyphemus, a lot of the time I pick up Polyphemus, and I kind of end up regretting it. as much as I've been conditioned to think that like Polyphemus is a great item, and it is a great item in most like circumstances, I just don't know if it is in all circumstances, you know? I think you need a reasonable base tier rate in order to really consider Polyphemus a good item for you. Pros and cons and all that. Every item in Isaac has them. Well, most items. What's the con of Magic Mushroom? I mean, if you don't want the red HP, because there are many different outlets for you not to want red HP in this game, then it's a con, I suppose, in some senses of the word. Usually, though, you can deal with it. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty okay with this damage. It could be better, though, so I'm probably going to end up taking Polyphemus. Just because I'm a robot, man. I've been told what to think and do, and if you take Sack of Sacks is the thing. I think that's a new item that we just recently unlocked, actually. Let's grab this. So we got, okay, our T rate's not that bad, and we have 37 damage now. I think that was probably worth it. I don't know, maybe I was making an argument where there's none to be had. Let's take Sack of Sacks as well. Mama Mega does not really work that well in greed mode, so I'm not going to concern myself with even thinking about it. And let's just go ahead and fight. Wait, oh god. Stupid Stain, man. Stain, Bob's Brain just firing off at the exact wrong time. I guess that's probably my fault a little bit, because you shouldn't be firing when you have Bob's Brain and there's no enemy on the field. And one could spawn at any moment. Just ruin your day. Oh, we got actually like quadruple cages in here. That's a little off-putting, but we have enough HP to not worry for the immediate future anyway. Then let's go ahead and... Was there anything else really worth it in here? I mean, Mom's Coin Purse, maybe, but it's a gamble that I'm not really super interested in. Double Big Horn, huh? Well, this one's like almost dead already, so yeah, there he goes. Just goes to show how much this run has turned around up to this point. Because didn't we fight Bighorn earlier and it like took like a fucking year? Or was that on the previous run that I died on with Ludovico Technique? I think it was Ludovico Technique run. What do we got here? We got Perthrow, okay. And so we got Perthrow and Death. We can actually take both because we have Polydactyly. Forgot about that. I think we probably want to Perthrow this. We got Dead Cat and Little Horn. Okay. So definitely want to take both of those. Just make sure you take them in the right order here. And then we'll get a move on, I guess. That actually worked out fairly nicely. And we have 9 lives to work with. 9 lives and Guppy's Paw is actually a pretty solid combination, because I'll come back with a single red heart, but I can turn that into 3 spirit hearts and have a little bit of a better chance at survival. Alright, yes, technically last shop to make big plays, but last floor to make big plays before the Ultra Greed fight. Let's go ahead and check this all out, because we can. That sucks, but it is what it is. Now we got Safety Pin, we got the pause button. Nothing really worth talking about that much. Let's go ahead and check out the Curse Room. We haven't over the past few floors. Over the past all floors, I think, actually. Let's go ahead and put a bomb here, because I'm not super interested in any of this. So, just want to re-roll it. The HP might be the best option for us here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And then if we can get that, I'd be happy. And we should be able to afford it after everything's said and done with these waves. Don't hesitate to use the death card if things get a little hectic here. Don't forget that it's a thing that exists, because this is the floor where enemies can get the most hectic, I think. Oh, gotta love those fucking Little Horn shots, dude. I so rarely get this item. But I'm so happy when I do get it. God, fucking Ragman just eroded there. He just dissolved before my eyes. I don't know what happened to him. I think I was like standing on top of him and Sacrificial Dagger did something. Just like totally ruined his day. That's one outlet for success that we haven't really pursued on this run, is Sacrificial Dagger plays. If we could find some form of invincibility, like a shield, like a Book of Shadows, or an Algiz rune even. And I know there is a rune down there towards the bottom of the screen, so might be worth looking into, or considering, or hoping for. But I'd rather that be like an Algiz rune or a Yarrow rune. Probably like an Algiz rune, honestly. We got Perthrow. Okay, we also have Justice here, which is fine. Go and grab that. For a second, I thought Robo Baby 2.0 was just an item sitting over here, because it has the same sort of idle animation as an item sitting on a pedestal. It's kind of funny. What else do we got going on here? We got Justice again, which is fine. Gives us a little bit more money to work with anyway. Now in here, I guess we're just going to want to buy the Screw. Speedball. I mean, I'm not going to be able to afford it probably. We'll see. We'll talk about Speedball if we can end up affording it. Or if we do end up affording it, I should say. Otherwise, we'll probably... I don't know. It might be... Maybe we'll buy, like, Speedball, and then we'll use our Pro Throw on our deal with the Devil, depending on what it is. I wish Science Shots worked on bosses, man. It'd be so powerful just to be able to one-shot bosses with, like, a random tier effect, but it's a rare tier effect. I don't know, maybe it still does extra damage to bosses or something. So we do have enough for Speedball if we really want to. Would probably put us up to the speed cap. Or we can reroll. I think it's probably better to reroll over something a little more game busting here. D1 is too little too late. Mystery Gift. Are you feeling lucky? Chaos is, again, too little too late. I want something a little more concrete than Mystery Gift as well. Pandora's Box, I'm not sure what it would give me here. It could be good, admittedly. I could be rolling past a lot of good stuff and just not know it. Now, Tarot Cloth, I guess we'll... That's probably our best option here. Take Tarot Cloth and hope it gives us a good card to work with. The World is not that. Doesn't even show us the secret room. I feel ripped off, man. Minu, I hear you over there. What's up, kitty? She's just staring at me like she's fucking seen a ghost. Come on, girl. Get over here. Clearly you want attention or something. I don't know. Maybe it's getting a little hot in here. It is pretty hot outside today. And okay, Minu, you can't be doing that. You can't put your tail right up next to the microphone. That probably sounded like ass. I don't know. Death card per throw. Yeah, nothing doing in this shop. I was hoping for a little bit of a bigger play at the end than that, but we'll make do. Go ahead and use the death card here, actually. Might as well deal with that. Get a lot of fucking attack spiders out of Infestation 2 as well. Hopefully be able to hold on to most of them for the Ultra Greed fight here. Let's go ahead and check our final deal with the Devil. It is... Oh, it's actually going to give us Guppy. Well, hunky-dory, how about that? There's also a Death's Touch in here, I realize. Okay. So we'll take Guppy's Collar. I don't think that's even debatable. Now, do you worry about Death's Touch? It's a Tears downgrade, but a damage upgrade. I don't know, man. The HP might be a little more valuable than that. Although, admittedly, like, if we do, like, one of these, and... Okay, well, I'm going to take Death's Touch. I'm going to per throw this. Got Maw of the Void. I'm going to take that. We're going to die. But we come back with 9 lives. And then we can Guppy's Paw and basically be just like 1 HP removed from where we were. We effectively paid like 1 Spirit Heart and an extra life for Death's Touch plus Maw of the Void, which I think is a valuable trade, or a worthwhile trade. You can go ahead and debate that with me if you so choose, but you know what? I'm the one playing the game, man, and if I beat Ultra Greed, you can't say shit. And you still can. My god, though. Did you see how fast that happened? That makes me feel pretty good about my choices. Alright. Ultra Greed, I know this store key trinket is your ultimate weakness, so don't even play with me. And hopefully you'll be able to make some good things happen with Maw of the Void as well. Get some extra HP from his minions or something here. Honestly, though, like, we're going to be one-shotting most of his minions with just our tiers outright. Like, look at how fast this is happening, dude. Between Guppy and Infestation 2 and just the actual raw damage we're dealing. It can't be beat. I did hit those spiders there with Maw of the Void. Nothing came of it, unfortunately. I'm actually hoping for him to do some keys. He just seems content on doing these bomb coins, though. But if he does the keys, I can get a lot of minions on the screen for Maw of the Void to hopefully take advantage of. Here we go, here we go. So let's go ahead and try this out. Try not to shoot the keys, actually. Counterintuitive as that might seem. Does it actually, like, destroy all of them somehow? I don't even know how that happened. Oh, you know what? It's probably the spiders and flies throwing off the equilibrium here. Get in there with Maw of the Void. Okay, didn't really work out that well for me. Admittedly, it's a pretty scary fight if we don't get anything out of Maw of the Void, which we haven't, and we're probably not liable to in the future here either, because he hasn't really spawned any minions during this phase, except for coins, and I think we can get stuff out of those coins if we're lucky. For now, we're just gonna have to play it by ear and try not to get hit to the best of my ability. Okay, yeah, that worked out well. That worked out real well. One hit from Ultra Reed himself will kill me. Otherwise, I can still take one hit from just like a random source. Okay, now we're living on the actual edge. It's okay though. We do still have extra lives in the form of Dead Cat and Guppy's Collar. If it really comes down to that, I hope it won't. But you know, the fact that we've gotten this far off the back of 3 Spear Hearts makes me pretty confident that even if we do die on this fight, we should be able to beat him with just a little bit of luck on our side. And, oh god. How did that not kill me, for the record? That one bomb coin right there, did you see how close I was to that thing and it just exploded and somehow... I don't know, man. I just really don't. He is so close there. Please just die. There we go. We got him. Not going to be a ton of money to donate, except we got a dime. And a crow heart has appeared in the basement. And a whore baby. Oh, that's not... Those 2 words should never really go together, in my opinion. 2 extra coins out of that. So we'll be able to donate a little bit of money here. Not an insignificant amount by any stretch. Hopefully we can donate all of it and not just get cock-blocked like we did on our last donation. Getting very close to the tippy top of this donation machine, though. Just a couple hundred more coins. Actually, like, less than 200, so even a couple hundred is a little bit exaggerating. There we go, though. That is all of Eve's unlocks. It makes me a little sad, because Eve's honestly, like, one of my more favorite characters to play as. Now I don't have as much of an incentive to play as her for anything else, but that's alright. Next time we will move on to Samson and go from there. We're actually making the rounds pretty quickly through these greedier mode runs. Still got a few of the tougher characters left, though, so we'll see how that goes. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and or comment down below. It really helps out the channel. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I post a single Isaac video every day at noon Mountain Time. So join me tomorrow for the next one, if you would, if you'd be so kind. For now, I'm going to get out of here, though, so have yourselves a good day. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.